Good morning, Sunnyside Street Church of Christ. It's so nice to see everyone's smiling faces. Everyone arrived in order and at the authorized time, which is far superior to arrival at unscriptural man-made time periods, which are by their nature out of order. Well done, everyone. If you are new to Sunnyside Street Church of Christ, we request that you fill out your visitor cards located on the back of the pew in front of you. Your home address and phone number are required. If you do not know your blood type, please check in with one of the deacons for testing. You will be contacted by our unofficial authorized fellowship committee. It will be pleasant and non-threatening scriptural contact. And as a reminder, all visitors are welcome, provided they intend to agree with us. And please do remember that understanding is not required for participation. We are happy you are here. The elder's wife, Sister Evelyn, has counted 257 just Christians in attendance this morning. Only 3 regular just Christians are missing. I have been assured that proper fellowship protocols were initiated, and all 3 have been sent the required and implicitly authorized "we missed you" text messages. I have a few announcements before the service this morning. Please don't forget the upcoming triannual Stop, Drop, and Memorize Conclusions Youth Fellowship event for the youth next Saturday at 3 p.m. It is my understanding that Sister Petunia will be preparing her prize-winning eggplant custard cake for the youth who has memorized the most conclusions. From my own youth, I remember receiving my own eggplant custard cake the year I successfully memorized all 14 of the scriptural number of communion cup conclusions. It was truly an honor. Such an honor, in fact, I could not bring myself to eat it. Sister Catherine would appreciate your prayers for her neighbor's brother's cousin. A hangnail has become quite putrefied in recent days, resulting in off-putting odors and unpleasant liquids. The family of Brother Marcus would like to thank everyone for your prayers regarding his niece's wart removal. For now, they have stopped the spread. However, as I understand it, the girl is upset and would like her warts returned. Brothers and sisters, up next is a matter of grave concern. Last week, after careful review, Elder Jim identified a concern. Well, perhaps better described as an oversight. The Churches of Christ were, by all accounts, successful in restoring the one true church. We want to commend everyone for their participation in the restoration movement. The objective was achieved. We are restored. This has been affirmed. We all agree. However, in reviewing our records, we noticed that no procedural guidance was established for post-restoration activity. As a result, we have continued restoring the church as a precautionary measure. The difficulty, as best we can tell, is that no clear direction was given for what follows a completed restoration. It has now been over 200 years, and our activities appear to remain centered on restoration processes. For example, as Elder Jim has noted, we seem to be repeating the same topics in our sermons. Sermons consistently rotate around themes of restoration and the maintenance of restoration, and correct worship practice to obtain salvation. Careful and accurate condemnation of the worship practices of other churches, including unauthorized worship variations, suspected variations, potential variations, and ongoing deviations from restored and previously re-restored standards, clarifying what those groups are doing wrong, why it is wrong, how long it has been wrong, and the appropriate way for them to stop being wrong. Our continuing series on What Those Guys Over There Believe, including updated corrections to what we previously believed they believed, elder qualifications, disqualifications, requalifications, pre-qualifications, post-qualifications, provisional reconsiderations, communion timing, adjusted communion timing, baptism procedures, approved baptism procedures, improper baptism case studies, borderline baptism scenarios, and corrective baptism follow-ups with optional recorrections as needed. This distribution reflects a continued emphasis on refinement rather than progression. I enjoy the classics just as we all do. However, I wonder if we should expand a bit. I am unsure if I have warrant to wonder such a thing, but seeing as I've just done it, I'll beg forgiveness for my recklessness. Should in future the Scriptures declare I was not authorized to wonder this question. In addition to repeating sermons, when potential just Christians come to visit, we are pleased to inform them that we have restored the one true church according to the proper blueprint, but forget to tell them about anything else. We explain that we gathered the facts, isolated the facts, and removed unnecessary complications such as context in order to ensure accuracy. We restored the church. We named the church after the church. We look like the church. We perform the procedures correctly, fulfilling proper order in worship. We are the church. This has been confirmed. We were victorious, and we were in order. However, a question has been raised for clarification purposes. In addition to explaining the restoration, should we also include information regarding being a Christian? Or, more specifically, regarding Christ? It has been noted that we do reference him, particularly in relation to the blueprint, the terms, and the conditions he provided. This has been helpful for procedural clarity. The question, however, is whether further details may be relevant, such as his life, his teachings, his actions, and his person, beyond his role in establishing the terms under which the restoration operates. This is not being proposed as a change, but rather as a point of inquiry. We have also noticed that many of our members have become highly proficient in restoration procedures. There have been periods of deeper restoration examination in which we refined our terms and conditions to such an extent that we briefly concluded sermons themselves may not be explicitly authorized. This concern was later addressed by continuing to hold sermons, explaining the potential lack of authorization for sermons. We appreciate everyone's patience during that time. At present, we seem to be engaged in an ongoing cycle of restoration, with increasing precision applied to previously settled matters. While this has ensured consistency, it has also raised the question of what, specifically, remains to be restored. We want to be clear, nothing has gone missing. The restoration is still intact. However, the process has continued uninterrupted. Restoration maintenance procedures should always be a priority. We all agree. The question seems to be, what now? Now that the church has been fully restored, what is the church supposed to do? Are we to continue telling people that we are restored? When exactly do we get to be just the church? It has been noted that there may not be an established end date for restoration. Does anyone have any suggestions, thoughts, or necessary inferences on the topic? What should we be doing, if not restoring? Yes, Brother Tom. I see your hand raised back there.
Perhaps in light of the absence of post-restoration guidance, we formalize an ongoing restoration review cycle. This would ensure that all previously restored elements are periodically re-examined for continued restoration. Nothing right now appears to be incorrect, but a regular review would help confirm that nothing has become incorrect over time.
That is a very responsible suggestion, Brother Tom. A formalized restoration review cycle would allow us to continue restoring in an organized manner, ensuring that our restoration remains actively restored. Next.
How about a restoration verification committee?
An excellent suggestion, Brother Joe. A restoration verification committee would provide an additional layer of confidence by verifying what has already been verified. Yes, Sister Jane, you have something to add.
The issue may not be with the restoration itself, but with our understanding of what constitutes fully restored.
That is a thoughtful observation. It may be that our understanding of completion requires further refinement to ensure that our understanding of completion is fully complete.
We can begin documenting our current restoration status in greater detail. That way, future generations know the restoration has been completed. Then they can continue completing it with confidence.
I like that. Documentation will be key. It is important that future generations understand that the restoration was completed so that they may faithfully continue completing it.
What if post-restoration activity accidentally resembles unauthorized innovation? All activities should continue to closely resemble restoration procedures already in place.
Yes, that is an important concern. By ensuring that all activity resembles restoration, we can avoid the risk of appearing to do anything new.
What if we create a restoration archive to preserve all previous restoration decisions? That way, they may be revisited, reviewed, and, if necessary, restored again.
Yes, I like where this is heading. Well done. Sister Sarah.
Let's start a mentorship program in which mature members train younger members in proper restoration techniques, ensuring continuity of restoration across generations.
I agree. Training the next generation is essential. This will ensure that restoration remains continuous and properly executed moving forward.
I hate to rain on everyone's unauthorized enthusiasm, but what if the Church is already doing what it is supposed to do? What if continued restoration is the intended outcome? We don't want to lose it again.
Indeed, that is a sobering thought. If continued restoration is the intended outcome, then our current efforts are not only appropriate, but necessary. We must remain vigilant to ensure that nothing is lost by failing to continue restoring. Well done, everyone. Well, I think this has been a fruitful conversation. These are all perfectly acceptable possible answers to the query in question. The elders have a lot to consider. I'd like to thank everyone, within biblical parameters, for their continued consistency in remaining consistent. Until such clarity is obtained, we will continue maintaining our restored condition with diligence and care. We want to assure everyone that progress is being made. While no immediate changes will be implemented at this time, we are actively evaluating the appropriate course of action moving forward. At present, the consensus appears to be that we are where we need to be. Therefore, we will continue doing what we are doing, while remaining open to any future clarification regarding what we should be doing. We agree that if you have any questions, please direct them to the elders, who will determine whether the question is appropriate. We agree that everything that needs to be done has been done. We will now continue doing it.